manager at jukebox.io. So today, traditional jukeboxes and the way that venues play their music is very outdated and very obsolete, honestly. So we've come up with Jukebox 2.0, which basically gives venues the option to be able to host a jukebox as well as the patrons are able to pick whatever song they'd like to play. So music is very integral in the customer experience these days, whether it's at a bar, restaurant, even gyms, cafes. So we feel that it's very important for the customers to be able to play whatever music they'd like. So how we do this is there's an app for the venue, and with the app for the venue, they just create a jukebox room. They have total control over the music. They can set the menu's vibe, so they can create their taste profile. They can select whatever genres they like, whatever songs, artists, things like that that they prefer. They can also schedule music for whatever time they'd like. So if they would like EDM at night or Marley in the morning on Thursdays, they can go ahead and set that all up a week in advance. Along with that, they also can ban songs and artists or even users, because we know that's one of their main concerns is, have no control over my music whatsoever. That's a little scary. So they do have that option as well. For the members, they can explore nearby jukeboxes. They can see what's playing, what's trending, and that can help them select what they would like to listen to. We have over 18 million songs to choose from. And we also have a feature where you can dedicate songs for your friends. So you can play a song for your friend. If it's connected to whatever venue has some kind of screen, it shows their name, and it also posts on social media. So now for the demo. So this is the venue app. So they create a room. Here's what it looks like now playing. Then for the taste profile, they can go ahead and add whatever artist, genre, mood they'd like. The scheduler, so you can see it's pretty simple. They can go ahead and also add artist, genre, mood. Staff members, if you'd like to add any staff member, go ahead, type their email, and they're good to go. Band list, same thing. Pretty simple. Now for the customer app. Take a second, I don't know. So there you can see all the venues nearby. And you can, let's go ahead and select one. And you can see what's trending, the top DJs, things like that. And you can go ahead and play the song. And you added it to the queue. That's about it. Now I'm going to invite my CEO and founder, Sai, to answer any questions you guys might have.
Thanks, Melissa. Any questions, guys? Go ahead, yeah.
Hi, you had said in the early setup that you it was 1 week in advance. I wasn't sure.
Oh no, I think the way scheduling works is once you set up your schedule, you can actually say that this artist is going to repeat every Wednesday or every Monday or each day of the week. It's basically you can schedule in type of the radio that you want based on the time of the day and day of the week. And that will get repeated until the expiry date. So
okay.
You can set forever.
What's the source of all the audio?
So that's a great question. I think we have a licensing deal with all the major 3 labels, and also independent artist labels. So we do have more than 18 million songs in our catalog that we serve directly from.
How are you handling the publishing licenses?
So
the venues have to have their own performance rights license.
That is correct. So I think that's a great question. I think when you think about the venues, it's not just the personal music anymore. That's where we differentiate between the personal music where Spotify, Amazon Prime, or Apple Music comes into play. And this is where the venues come into picture, where we are actually dealing with BMI, ASCAP, and CSAC, where we are actually paying the public performance rights based on number of streams that we stream to these venues.
Excuse me. So this is a B2B site. It's for you, it's for the bars. It's not for the patrons, correct?
So we consider this as a B2B2C. The first thing is we need to have venues to actually pay. And gladly we actually glad to announce that we have 50 venues in New York City right now, and we're actually talking with one of the couple of really big chains right now. So yes, we do have to have it in venues first, but at the same time, it's actually it provides a way for a venue to actually engage with the patrons as well. So when the patrons walk in, that's when they can select the songs too.
So they can select the song. The venue is the master that says this is what you can do, and then the patrons can select from what the venue chooses for them to select.
That is absolutely correct.
And my
It's-
next question is, once a patron chooses, let's say they choose 20 songs, do they get to play all 20 in a row, or do they get bumped like the other?
That's one of the, so when we actually launched this product early this year, so one of the requests that we got and one of the feedbacks that we got from venues, we iterated that over, is basically we have a restrictions over the number of songs played by the user or number of songs by an artist and number of songs in an album. So we do have a restrictions around those things so that the venue vibe is not spoiled by the same song or the songs from the same album repeating over and over again. So we do have a controls over those two.
But let's say one person plays 20 songs,
So-
and then another person goes and says, I'm gonna bump it mine to number one.
That-
It drives me nuts.
Right. So the thing, if you add the 20 songs in a queue, we don't allow any specific user to play more than 3 songs in a row. If there is another person that is actually waiting in the queue, that gets bumped up. Even though you have 20 songs in a queue, we have like a sort of like a fair play built around that, so that one user is not blocking all the songs requested by the other users.
Like a traditional jukebox, is there a purchase from the consumer, from the customer?
Sorry.
Does it like, someone puts money in a jukebox, like is there a financial transaction to play songs?
Oh, that's a great question. I think the thing that we are banking on right now is, so you're asking about the business model, and we actually provide like the public performance rights and also jukebox facility. Apart from like 10 other features that we provide to venue, we provide like the SaaS subscription fee from the venue. But we are planning to actually go with the user subscription as well. And when I say subscription, users purchase tokens and they use tokens to play songs just like traditional jukebox. But since we are in the early stages, we are actually giving out these credits for free. The more you participate in the ecosystem, the more free credits you get, basically.
Question from the back.
Oh yeah, sure.
Have you ever considered surge pricing a la Uber?
Oh, that's a great. I think we would love to see about. Explore more features around the gamification a little later. We want this to be a pure music experience to begin with, and we want users to really enjoy the music and the product first. And we may be able to think about the gamifications and bumping up into the queues maybe in the little later next year.
What do you guys handle like if a bar plays like Wu-Tang Clan followed by like Celine Dion? Like how do you solve that problem? The bar limit kinds of choices you have?
Yeah.
Do anything on your
So by default, it doesn't actually we don't put any restrictions on any venue. So if they create by default, it actually explores all 18 million songs that users can choose from. But in general, we actually provide a way for, as you would see in the demo, we actually provide like a really detailed way for the venue to ban users, artists, and songs. At the same time, they can restrict the genres as well. So on the back end, what we can do is not to spoil the vibe of the venue, we can even restrict the genres that really venues like.
So here you can, if you look on the screen, you can ban songs, artists, things like that from the venue side.
I've got a question here.
Yeah.
So there's as far as I'm aware, there's a few other players in the space like Rockbot, and I think a lot of people have tried this before. What's special about you guys? What's different?
I think the Rockband actually they started doing it, but one of the main, when you think about the music space in this digital jukebox scene, we consider like there are like 4 different quadrants: personal versus venue-based, interactive versus non-interactive. So personal interactive is where Spotify, Amazon, and all these players fall under, and they are basically providing like personal music. I think where the quadrant that we fall under is basically venue-based interactive music, and so one of the main, some of the main competitors are Touch Tunes and the Rock Bar basically, and from the Touch Tune perspective, it's still they require the physical hardware in the venue side of it, even though they provide the user side of it, there is an app, but venue still requires a lot more initial setup cost and also the maintenance cost that goes along with it, which actually takes a lot of venues away. And from as far as the Rockboard is concerned, they have like a little device that they introduced which costs like $99. We are completely hardware free. There is no hardware required for us. It actually takes 10 minutes to get it up and running and actually start hosting a jukebox with our service.
What's the venue subscription fee?
So right now we have like if you have a contract for annually, it's at $39.99 per month. Per venue, yeah.
Okay, maybe one more question, or I tried this last time. One more question.
I've got one. Do you, for your things like mood and that kind of thing, are you using your own APIs or are you hitting some external?
So we have built our own recommendation engine as well, but we are mixing with a couple of other ones too to actually get to the real experience of that. And it's a little proprietary on the back end where we are providing real good recommendations around how we are building that playlist around moods.
All right, awesome.
Well, I would like to thank Seth and invite Meetup for hosting this.